The name of the chapter is The Age of Industrialization, that is from your 10th standard history textbook. Okay, so here we are going to study about how industries were set up, where they were set up, and how it came to India, what was the scenario then, everything. Very interesting chapter this is. So here, so industrialization, factories kaise aa gaye. So let's get started with the first PPT, that is before the industrial revolution. So what was the scenario? How was the society before the industrialization? So I hope you have the history textbook and a sharp and alert mind. That is what is necessary. We are going to study the history of industrialization and how it brought about a modern age of technological progress. So this is what we are going to study in this chapter. The chapter deals with industrialization and how it developed. Industrialization led its foundation in Britain and further percolated into India. Percolated means moved or come, get into India. Okay. So in India, industrial change was patterned upon the colonial British rule. So the way the colonies were set up, the industrialization we can see, pattern we can see. So once the colony was set, then they started with the having a small industry set up there. Okay, that is the pattern. So industrialization is often associated with the establishment of factories. However, it is not limited to that. It took off in 17th and 18th century. European merchants began to finance peasants and artisans in order to introduce them into the international market. So the artists who were the local artists, we can say, so their products or their art, that to give the international market to these pieces, art pieces, the European merchants began to finance them. If suppose someone were good at sculpturing, means मूर्ती बनवण्यामध्ये they were specialized. So what the European merchants did, they gave them finance, they gave money to get the material, raw material, and make some sculptures for them, and then they used to take those sculptures to Europe, back to Europe, and they used to sell there in Europe. Okay, so to for them to make business, they finance the peasants and the artisans here in India. Okay, the focus was on the poor artisans, since towns were had established and trained guilds. Now what are guilds? Guilds are organization of people who do same job or have same interest or aim. Okay, now these guilds did not allow the merchants to percolate into their way of work. So they don't want the interference of these people, because they were happy and they wanted to uh, stay on their own. Okay, but the poor peasants and artisans embraced their alternative source of income, since their livelihood depended solely on cultivation. Now, even today, India is said to be agricultural country. So, and also know that the rains, the monsoon is not predictable, or it doesn't shower whenever required. Okay, so because of that, the agricultural produce or the farmers, they suffer. The same was the condition then. Even now, nowadays, we are at least using latest technologies. But think of the 18th century, the technology was really very primitive, we can say. So the thing is, like, if the crop failed for some other reason, then they hardly had money for their livelihood to survive. Okay, so in this case, the poor peasants and the artisans, they welcomed, embraced the European financiers. So this was the condition of the poor peasants and artisans. They welcomed the European financiers because if there was when there was a failure of crop or very less they got from the farm after the cultivation, they wanted to survive for a year, and then they needed money for that. Okay, then agriculture could not produce enough for their families sustenance, so only agriculture was not enough. Through the interaction of merchants living in the town and peasants artisans from the countryside, a bridge began to form. So there was a bridge between the merchants in the town and the peasants and artisans from the countryside, that is from the village. Here it means to come. Now coming to India, percolate to, in India means to move. The industries were first set up in Europe, and then with the Britishers they came in. Yes, moved in, traveled in. Yes, correct. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay, cotton was the first symbol for this new era. So cotton was the first product of the agriculture which was being exported. Sustenance means survival. Britain was importing huge quantities of cotton by the 18th century. This was brought about by increasing efficiency that developed in various stage of production. Dependency on machinery increased, leading to better output of textile. Mills were founded and factories began to creep up into the English skyline. Okay, so now the agricultural product was cotton. Okay, now cotton cannot be directly used for making fabric or the clothes. So there was a need for uh, like spinning the yarn and all those things. So machinery came, and the once the product was seen, which was being made by the machines, the demand for or the dependency on machines increased. For what? For the better quality. Okay, and that is why the mills were found and the factories also were coming up. So they grew. Number of factories increased in English, or in England rather. English skyline means in that country, England. Okay, so that is all about today's PPT, today's part of the age of industrialization.
If you like our videos, do share them and subscribe to our channel. If you want awesome quizzes, write to us. Keep watching and keep learning with Walnut.